Welcome back everyone, I'm Rachel and in this video I'm going to go over the structure of the phalanges of the foot. Firstly, where are these bones located? These bones are located at the ends of each foot. If we look more closely at the dorsal view of the right foot, which is the top of the foot, we can see the phalanges highlighted in red. If we now look at the plantar view, which is the sole of the foot, we can see them again highlighted in red. As seen here, each foot has 14 phalanx bones. The big toe, also known as digit 1, has 2 bones, whilst the remaining toes, digits 2, 3, 4 and 5, have 3 bones each. Now we are going to look at the different landmarks and features of the phalanges of the foot. Each of the phalanges has 3 regions, a head distally, a base proximally, and the body or shaft in between. The proximal phalanges of each digit have a concave surface on the base of the bone. The heads of the proximal phalanges are trochlear in shape. The dorsal surfaces of these phalanges are convex, whilst the plantar surfaces are concave. The distal and proximal ends of these bones have articular surfaces. The middle phalanges are shorter and smaller than the proximal phalanges and have articular facets both proximally and distally. The distal phalanges are the smallest of all 3 and are flatter than the other 2. Only the proximal end of this bone has an articular surface. A tuberosity is located on the plantar surface of the heads of these bones. Let's now look at the articulations these bones have with other bones. Each of the 5 proximal phalanges articulate with 2 other bones. In all 5 proximal phalanges, the proximal surface at the base of the bone articulates with the distal surface of the head of each of the corresponding metacarpal bones. The distal surface at the head of the first proximal phalanx articulates with the proximal surface at the base of the first distal phalanx. The remaining 4 articulate with the proximal surface of the base of the corresponding middle phalanges. Each of the 4 middle phalanges articulates with 2 other bones. They all articulate proximally at the base with the distal surface at the head of the 2nd through 5th proximal phalanges. Distally, the distal surface at their heads articulate with the proximal surface at the base of the 2nd through 5th distal phalanges. Each of the 5 distal phalanges only articulates with a single other bone. The first distal phalanx articulates with the distal surface of the head of the first proximal phalanx. The other 4 articulate instead with the distal surface of the head of the corresponding middle phalanges on the 2nd through 5th digits. Let's now look at the different muscle attachments these bones have. These bones have quite a few muscle attachments. Let's start with the attachments on the first distal phalanx of the hallux, also known as the big toe. The extensor hallucis longus muscle attaches to the dorsal surface near the base of this bone. On the plantar surface of the bone, the flexor hallucis longus muscle attaches also around the base of this bone. Next, we will look at the attachments of the first proximal phalanx. The extensor hallucis brevis muscle attaches to the dorsal surface near the base of this bone. The adductor hallucis muscle attaches to the lateral side of the base of this bone. In addition, the flexor hallucis brevis attaches to the lateral and medial sides of the base of the plantar surface of this bone. The extensor digitorum longus muscle attaches onto the dorsal surface on the bases of the distal and middle phalanges of digits 2 through 5. The extensor digitorum brevis muscle attaches onto the dorsal surface of the middle phalanges of digits 2, 3, and 4. The dorsal interossi muscles attach onto each side of the dorsal surface of the 2nd proximal phalanx. They also attach onto the lateral side of the dorsal surface of the 3rd and 4th proximal phalanges. The abductor digiti minimi muscle attaches onto the side of the proximal phalanx of the 5th digit. The flexor digitorum longus muscle attaches onto the plantar surface of the base of the distal phalanges of digits 2 through 5. The flexor digitorum brevis muscle attaches on the sides of the plantar surface of the middle phalanges of digits 2 through 5. And finally, the plantar interossi muscles attach onto the medial surfaces of the proximal phalanges of digits 3 through 5. What about blood supply to these bones? The proximal phalanges are supplied by the dorsal digital arteries. The middle phalanges are also supplied by the dorsal digital arteries, but also by the plantar digital arteries. The distal phalanges are primarily supplied by the plantar digital arteries. What about nerve supply to these bones? The phalanges of the foot are innervated by the plantar digital nerves and the dorsal digital nerves. And that concludes this video on the phalanges of the foot. I hope you found it helpful.
Thank you for watching. If you want to support this channel, please subscribe and check out more of my videos.